Today, we're going to be smoking some meat, but we're going to be using these tobacco leaves all the way from Nicaragua. Guys, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Whatnot, a super cool streaming platform where you can buy, sell, or auction anything. No matter what hobby you're into, Whatnot probably has something that's related to it. So if you're into golf or sports cards or watches or stuff my wife is into like makeup and clothes, it's got all kinds of options for you to get great deals on amazing stuff. And now, besides all the other stuff they had, you can even get really cool cuts of seafood and meat that you're probably not going to find at your local grocery store. Think rock crab, think Maine lobster tail, think pork belly or oxtails. Recently, I participated in an auction and I had the winning bid for some oxtails that got delivered. Unfortunately, I wasn't here, but Erica opened them up for me and I'm gonna be cooking these on the channel. So be sure to look out for that video in the future. We'll insert the footage of me participating right here.
Do I have any of my pork? You know what? I have heritage snack sticks. We got 5 flavors.
All right, guys, I think I'm about to bid for the first time. They just sold some Wagyu steak. Now they're doing premium fresh snack sticks. Look really good. Just 25 pack, $17, $20, $22. 5 seconds left. 26, 36. Oh man. Do I do it? Do I get it? And bid. Oh, somebody beat me. Ooh, Calabrian chili. I love Calabrian chili.
I have something pretty unique. So the oxtail that you're gonna get is gonna be cut even thinner than this. You can just grill it very simply.
I feel like I gotta try that.
Yeah,
I gotta try it. It sounds awesome. Oxtail you don't have to braise.
4 pounds total. We sell it normally for 80. So let's run this at 20.
Nice.
Oh, like a discount.
You do not have to slow cook it. I wish. Next
right, I'm winning.
time I will have the fire on behind us. So you'll
right.
see stacks. Each
I'm winning
pack
again.
is 2 pounds. This is very interesting. It's super viral on the internet right now, especially in Korea. And I highly recommend it.
Gotta win. I won!
Great pickup.
Yes!
Awesome.
First purchase.
Thank you for trying our new product, Mad Scientist Barbecue. Yeah, this is our homemade
Nice.
grill for.
I like this guy's grill. I like this guy. Pursuit Farms. When you bid on any of these meats, it's going to show up to your door in 1 to 2 days. On May 5th, I'm going to be going live on Whatnot with Hurtado Barbecue. You probably have heard of him down in Texas. And we're going to be giving away a lot of cool stuff. And we're going to be showing people all the incredible meats Texas has to offer. So join us on May 5th for the virtual farmers market. We're going to give away lots of cool stuff. And you're gonna see some amazing quality meats you're not gonna find anywhere else. And if you use my link below, you'll get $15 off your first purchase. So head on over and I'll see you guys on May 5th. Hey guys, welcome to Mad Scientist Barbecue. I'm Erica Yoder, and today we're gonna be doing something pretty normal, but we're gonna do a really weird twist on it. We're cooking a pork loin. By the way, if you guys are in the market for cheap barbecue items, pork loin is probably your best bet. I got this at Costco for $1.99 a pound. This is 8 pounds and $16. So you wanna make your dollar go further, pork loin is a great way to go. But here I have these tobacco leaves. Recently I went to Nicaragua and visited some cigar factories and tobacco farms, and my friends at Aganor Salif, Terrence Riley in particular, sent me these tobacco leaves to use to try to smoke meat. Recently, I also went to the Bay Area and I had tea-smoked duck, and I've seen videos online of using different herbs to smoke things, and I always thought, well, I like cigars, I like smoked meat. I wonder if you try to combine them, would it be disgusting or delicious? Well, today we'll find the answer. So these are just regular tobacco leaves that you'd use to roll a cigar. Nothing special about them. They haven't been treated with anything other than being dried and then sprayed with water. They've gone through the normal fermentation process if you want to know anything about that. So they shouldn't have harsh flavors, but it could be really gross on meat. I wanted something that wouldn't have a really strong flavor so we could really pick up any differences that we might get from using these tobacco leaves. So I have pork loin, so not super flavorful meat, but also cheap. So if this ends up being super gross, well then I didn't really lose too much. It's not a $120 brisket or something like that. And then lastly, I will say, I'm not recommending anybody try this at home, okay? This is just an experiment that will satisfy my curiosity. I've always wondered what would happen, and today we're gonna find out. So how we're gonna run the fire is gonna be pretty simple. We're gonna run a basic white oak fire like I always would run, and we're gonna supplement with tobacco leaves. And we have a little bit of a variety of tobacco leaves here. When you construct a cigar, you use a varying amount of drier leaves, of thicker leaves, of thinner leaves in order to make a blend that smokes well and produces great flavor. Typically, the thicker the leaf, the stronger the flavor, and the smaller the leaf. So this leaf is thicker than some of the other leaves in this bunch here, and so I'm going to use a little bit of each kind in this fire. And one other important note about these leaves is that they've already gone through the fermentation process. So if you don't know anything about how cigar leaves are processed, first, the cigar leaves are picked, then they're dried, and then they're stacked in huge piles called pilones. Those are where the tobacco ferments. This is an absolutely crucial step in the process. It reaches high temperature and gives off a lot of gases, specifically ammonia, and takes away a lot of the harshness. So you have a sweet tobacco flavor that remains. So if you smell these leaves, it smells really nice, first of all, but it smells kind of like raisins. And like I said, these are from Aganorsa leaf. They're the largest tobacco grower in Nicaragua. And so they have every kind of variety of leaf. These are already through all of that process. So all the harshness should be gone, and hopefully we get some mild, sweet flavors, but it could be disgusting. There's no way to know, and I've never heard of anybody ever trying this. And so I thought, for the good of the world, I'll try it. I'm not advocating anybody try this. I want to be absolutely clear. Don't try this at home. And yeah, this is just for the knowledge of the world. If you were ever curious about this, I know that when I go to barbecue events, there are lots of people smoking cigars. I'm not advocating that anyone smoke cigars. But if you've ever wondered, like I have, well, today we're going to find out. So I'm going to get this pork loin prepped, and I'm going to do it super simply because I want to get the flavor of the tobacco leaves to actually show up. I'm going to be using my buddy Al Fragoni's Texas salt and pepper rub, and we're just going to salt and pepper the outside, put it in the smoker, and then for the next couple of hours, I'll be feeding in tobacco leaves. So maybe one leaf every 10 minutes or so. And I'm going to take this to about a medium, and then we're going to take it off, let it rest for 3 minutes, and then we're going to slice it up and see, is it amazing or is it horrible? No way to know until we test it. I'm not going to be smoking this whole thing today. I'm going to cut off a chunk here that Erica's going to use to make a roast, and the rest will be experimental. But you can cut this into pork chops. You can throw it in the Instant Pot like Erica's about to do. You can put it in the smoker. This is a great cut of meat for a dirt cheap price. So if you guys are feeling the economic squeeze, here's a great, great option. And these are available all over the place. This one at Costco, 16 bucks. I mean, if you go to McDonald's and get a double cheeseburger, fries, and a drink, it's probably 16 bucks. And here you get 8 pounds of meat. So really is worth it. I always swear by these cheap knives, but if you don't sharpen them, they definitely get dull. So I should have sharpened this thing. I'm gonna put this on at 250 degrees. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put on the first 2 leaves. You can smell it. It smells nice. All right, a couple things. So after adding those first 2 tobacco leaves, I can definitely smell a difference in the smoke coming out of the smoker, and to be honest with you, it smells real nice. I also recognize that at the end of this, it might be disgusting and I might have to pressure wash the inside of that smoker. Okay, so I'm not saying it's going to be awesome. We won't know until we try it at the end. But every 15 minutes or so, I'm going to add another couple leaves, and we'll probably check in at about the 1 hour mark and see what kind of color we have and see if we notice anything different about this cook. All right, 15 minutes. Let's get this in there. And that is burning. Oh, it smells so nice. You just get that whiff, like, there's definitely a difference when you smell the aroma of cigars versus the aroma of cigarettes or something like that. And putting it in there, I just got hit with that whiff of like, it smells like antique. I don't have a great way to describe it, but if you know, you know. And yeah, it's really nice. So 15 more minutes, we'll do that again. All right, it's been about 90 minutes, and I just temped this, and it was 146. Our goal was 145 and a 3-minute rest, because this is a whole muscle cut. So let's pull it out and take a look. looking at this thing, there's a lot more brown and a lot less red than I would typically see with pork. Is that the tobacco leaf? Is it just an idiosyncrasy of today's cook? Who knows? But let's let it rest for 3 minutes, and then we'll cut it open and give it a taste and find out, is this something genius or something really, really stupid you should never try? I think maybe I get a faint whiff. There's kind of like a spiciness. I can't tell if that's the black pepper or if that's the tobacco. Hard to say. Smell isn't really particularly remarkable. The one thing I did notice is brown color instead of red color. Probably some carcinogens in there. Like I said, I'm not recommending anybody do this. I'm just trying to find out because I've always been curious. And I will say I sacrificed for this. Spent several days smoking no cigars so that if there is actually cigar flavor in this, I'd be able to tell. Okay, it's been 3 minutes. Time to cut it open. Moment of truth. Or as Al likes to say, the moment of the truth. Looks pretty good. Slight smoke ring. Light pink. Smells really nice, actually. See, you don't have to buy expensive meat to keep it juicy. Just don't overcook it. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but this thing is very juicy. To the camera woman. Here you go, Erica. Erica is the resident bloodhound / super taster. Like, she can tell if there's cilantro within a 10-mile radius. So, let me try it. Oh. So, right when you take a bite, you get the flavor, and then it just tastes like smoked pork loin, which is really nice. But hold on, I'm going to eat just some of the outside here.
I want to try it too.
All right, Erica's going to try it too.
Really good.
It is really good. And I'm just totally confused. I expected extremely good or extremely bad. If I'm being honest, I expected extremely bad. We'll try this again. All right, so we tasted and retasted and checked back and forth, tried the outside, tried the inside. And I think the biggest difference I get is that there's just kind of a tingling on your tongue that you get. It's not bad. It's not off-putting. But the tingling kind of reminds me of kind of Szechuan-style food. I went to an authentic Chinese place with my guy Byron in the Bay Area. So shout out Byron. Appreciate that. But I swear for the next hour, my whole body was vibrating because the food was so spicy and so many peppercorns. This is reminiscent of that. It's not on that level, but I don't think it's really worthwhile. I thought it was going to be either terrible or amazing. But I think I would have gotten a stronger result if I'd used more tobacco leaves. I used probably 12 or 14 tobacco leaves during the process of the cook. But to use more, I'd have to use probably $100 worth of cigar tobacco for it to make any kind of appreciable difference. So, interesting experiment to try. Would I recommend? Probably not. Probably better off smoking the leaves. Well, let me be clear here. You're probably better off using those tobacco leaves in another way, rather than putting it in your smoker and trying to flavor barbecue meat. Now, is it worth trying again? I probably will try it again. Would I recommend it to any of you? Probably not. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button down below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you guys have any suggestions of experiments you want me to try and share with the world on YouTube, let me know in the comments. Or if any of you have tried this and you got different results than I did, let me know. These are my results on one particular day with one particular cut of meat with one set of tobacco leaves. Your mileage may vary, and again, I'm not recommending that anybody try this, but it was an interesting thing to do once. So, you can follow me on all social media, @MadScientistBarbecue. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.